Welcome to The Free Bin, a podcast of the Toledo Public Library. My name is Sophia.
And I'm Harrison.
Woohoo! And today, the topic of our podcast is National Hispanic Heritage Month. We're going to talk about the importance of it and what it means and what we're celebrating. And so I'm very excited.
I am too.
Woohoo!
We're going to talk about why it straddles 2 months.
Yes, all very important.
But we'll get to that later.
We'll get there. In the interim.
There you go.
New news! So I wanted to highlight some important fun things we have going on. So tonight, starting at 7:30, we're showing Wicked outside. It should be very fun. So bring a chair, bring a blanket, and your best singing voice, because we're gonna sing along and we're gonna have a lot of fun. And then on the 27th, from 12 to 2, we have Pickleball Club. So come prepared to learn how to play pickleball. You don't need to bring any equipment. Everything will be brought for you, and it will be taught by some pickleball experts. And then on the 27th, also, we have our resource fair from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., I want to say.
I believe is it 10 to 2?
10 to 2?
I think we're 10 to 2.
10 to 2, okay.
Let me look it up. This is why we don't do this live. Resource fair is 10 to 2 p.m.
10 to 2.
First take.
We can cut out the middle.
We got it. Are we ready to do our beverage before you introduce us to our topic?
Oh my gosh.
All right. Our beverage for the day, for the week, is Rehab Monster Tea Plus Lemonade. This is a Monster Energy Recovery Arnold Palmer.
Harrison's trying to kill me. I just know it.
It's non-carbonated. Let's see what we've got in here.
Non-carbonated?
Non-carbonated.
Oh.
Advanced hydration, electrolytes, reduced fatigue. I don't know how you accomplish that. That sounds risky.
Caffeine in it.
Increased concentration. Vitamins, coconut water, and botanicals, including milk thistle and quercetin.
Very important.
I'm all out of querce, and I need to replenish.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Glucose, taurine, caffeine, L-carnitine, and inositol. Not recommended for children, people sensitive to caffeine, pregnant women, or women who are nursing. 160 milligrams caffeine per can.
Oh, Jesus. I'm going to die. Okay.
We'll die
Ready?
Together.
Yes.
All right.
1, 2, 3.
Ay.
Ay, Dios mío. Ready? Oh, God. Smells like a Mike's Hard Lemonade, but without the alcohol.
Yeah, I'm smelling the tea too, but it's not in a satisfying way. It's kind of like lemonade that just got some lawn debris in it.
Oh, it's very tart.
Boom.
Right? Super.
I guess it's tea and lemonade, but I taste all the supplements in there all at once.
All the lemonade. All at the same time.
This is bad.
Oh, man. I think I'm okay with it not being carbonated, but it's very strong.
I remember watching a nature documentary years ago where they were showing, I think it was a family of gorillas who were like really into this water that collected in some like dead leaves on a rock. And they really liked sucking up this puddle water. And they were saying it's probably because all the leaves and herbs in there make it like kind of a tea that the gorillas like. And I imagine this is what that stuff tasted like with a bunch of artificial sweeteners in it. I think this is what gorillas like to drink off of a rock.
Oh, no.
That's how they have so much quercetin.
I'm not going to be able to do this. Oh,
much quercetin.
I'm down.
All right.
Okay. We can do this.
We can do this. All right. Yes, that's the drink. Let's get to our topic.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do this. 99.9% of all of my information is from the National Museum of the American Latino. I thought it was important to pull from a credible source that also was an expert on this. I have my lived experience, but I really wanted to be factual in what I was saying. So, without further ado, Hispanic Heritage Month is a month-long celebration of Hispanic and Latino history and culture. While we celebrate Hispanic and Latino communities beyond this month, from September 15th to October 15th, we give extra recognition to the many contributions made to the history and culture of the United States, including important advocacy work, vibrant art, popular and traditional foods, and much more. It also provides an opportunity to explore the incredible impact Latinas and Latinos have had on the United States for generations. The Latino presence in America spans centuries, predating Spain's colonization of what is now part of the United States, and they've been an integral part of shaping our nation since the Revolutionary War. Through the Treaty of Guadalupe, Hidalgo, and the Treaty of Paris that followed the Mexican-American and Spanish-American Wars, the United States gained territories in the Southwest and Puerto Rico. This incorporated the people of this area into the United States and further expanded the presence of Hispanic Americans. Today, the Latino population in the United States today is over 60 million, according to the U.S. Census Bureau. This makes up 18.9% of the total population and is the largest racial or ethnic group. Latinos continue to help fuel our economy and enrich our nation as entrepreneurs, athletes, artists, entertainers, scientists, public servants, and much more.
I love history. Mm-hmm. And for my part of this, which we'll get to later, I was like, I'll find a history topic. Mm-hmm. But I kept finding so much context, even just doing like a Wikipedia, let's try to scope what I want to talk about. Mm-hmm. We need to plan a multi-parter to do anything to do with like large scale history topics. Yeah. And I looked back and I think I had started to do a long form episode and I hadn't quite gotten there. So I still want to do like some history deep dives. Ooh, yeah. But history's big. I'll get to that. So for mine, I'm leaving the big picture stuff to Sophia for this, okay. And I'll do a more specific thing. So I'm just going to hang back. Okay,
cool. So first we'll start with what's the difference between Hispanic and Latino. I think this is something that's asked a lot, and they explain it. The National Museum of the American Latino explains it really well. So they say that Hispanic and Latino are the two most used terms to describe Americans with Latin American and Caribbean ancestry. And you might see these terms used interchangeably, but different people understand and use these terms differently. So the National Museum of the American Latino uses the term Latino to describe diverse residents of the United States with cultural or ancestral ties to Latin America or the Caribbean. And the term Latino also creates room for acknowledging Black, Indigenous, Asian, and other heritages on equal terms with European ancestry. The term Hispanic is used to signal a connection to Spain or the Spanish language. So that's the important difference. So I definitely identify as Latina.
So if someone is Brazilian, Portuguese speaking, Latino, mm-hmm. not necessarily Hispanic right. Unless they have Spanish speaking ancestry in addition to that.
Yep.
Got it.
So we wanted to talk about when it's celebrated and why it's so important. So it's celebrated every year from September 15th to October 15th. And it does not cover 1 month, but begins in the middle of September and ends in the middle of October. And this is because many Central American countries celebrate their Independence Days within these dates, beginning on September 15th with Costa Rica, El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, and Nicaragua. And so this month honors the resilience and determination of the Hispanic community. And key dates included within this month are, like we said, September 15th, September 16th, which is the Independence Day of Mexico, September 18th is the Independence Day of Chile, and September 21st is the Independence Day of Belize. And this is so important because Latinos and Latinas have always held significant roles throughout our country's history, dating all the way back to the American Revolution. And it provides an opportunity to celebrate the integral part of the Hispanic Latino community has had in growing and strengthening our democracy. I believe this fully, but representation matters. Latinos and Latinas continue to shape our nation as business owners, artists, activists, public servants, and more. From serving in the military to being champions in the fight for civil rights, Latinos and Latinas remain strong leaders and change makers.
Right on.
So, did you want to talk about your history?
Do you want me to do mine?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I like history. I like history a lot. But like I mentioned,
like turtle.
as I mentioned, trying to, scope that is a little bit hard because I keep finding more episodes I need to do. And so rather than doing like, this could be an episode, that could be an episode, but I'm going to talk about a book.
Ooh.
And I wrote a little script here to keep track of things. La Historia General de las Cosas de Nueva España. I'm sorry for my North Florida hillbilly pronunciation.
I thought it was pretty good.
Well, thank you. I'm learning to speak like the grown-ups do. It's commonly known as in English as the Florentine Codex. It's a 2,500-page ethnographic study of the Aztec people compiled by Franciscan friar Bernardino de Sahagún with contributions from Nahua elders and Sahagún's former students. The work was written between 1545 and Sahagún's death in 1590. The text is written in Nahuatl. That's the language of the Mexica, the Aztecs, keeping in mind that the term Aztec encompasses a great number of cultures and ethnic groups. Mm-hmm. The Mexica were the ones who had consolidated power in the Triple Alliance. I'm already getting into this too much for the scope of
good.
this.
It's great.
It's so much stuff. Yes, it includes, it's written in Nahuatl with accompanying Spanish translation, and it includes 2,000 full color illustrations by native artists. So this is an amazing text. And of course, it's important to keep in mind that Sahagún was not acting in the capacity of a modern anthropologist, i.e. doing his best to document a culture on its own terms while acknowledging his own inherent biases. He was not doing that. He was, after all, a Spanish Franciscan friar engaged in the long-term colonial project of converting the people of New Spain, as it was then called, to a new religion as part of Spanish colonization. That said, knowing that we must, as usual, take some of Sahagún's interpretations with a grain of salt, the Codex is still a remarkably thorough and intimate exploration of life and culture as New Spain was becoming modern Mexico. I originally considered doing a deep dive into one or a few major political figures of this time period. But even choosing to look at like one decade in one country, the topic just got too big for my scope. I am not Dan Carlin. I'm not a historian. So I'm scoping down just to this book, and it's still pretty big. It's a story of multiple cultures, two empires colliding, worlds apart, and yet in many ways uncannily similar. Anyway, the Codex is held by the Laurentian Library in Florence, Italy. In 1979, the government of Mexico published a limited run of 2,000 facsimile copies of the entire Codex in full color. Believe it or not, we, the Toledo Public Library, do not have one of those copies. That would be bonkers. However, in 2023, the Getty Institute released the entire Codex online, and you can browse the whole thing in Nahuatl with Spanish and English translations right now. I'll include a link in the show notes. So rather than take up too much airtime trying to tell a story, I figured I'll direct you to this amazing historic text, which I didn't know until relatively recently. You can just look at the whole thing on your own.
That's amazing.
And with that, I yield back the floor. Da-da-da.
Woo! I just wanted to highlight a little bit more. And then I think I feel like I've covered what I wanted to cover.
Yeah.
But a recent study found that Latino history is largely left out of high school textbooks that are used across the United States, despite the increasing percentage of Latina and Latino students. Studies show that 1 in every 4 children in the United States is Hispanic or Latino. Also, the economic output of American Latinos would rank 5th in the world if the community were an independent country. So, as the country continues to increase in diversity, it's necessary for all citizens to learn more about the American Latino experience, to recognize and value the many contributions Latinos and Latinas have made.
Yeah, I don't think in my high school education any specific coverage of Hispanic history, of Latino history. A little bit, but
I remember a little bit from high school learning about like Cesar Chavez, but not really. And I grew up in California, so not too much.
Wow.
That's great. But I also came a little bit later when I was in like 7th grade, 8th grade.
Yeah.
So I could have missed an important chapter.
But even so, missing a chapter, if you can miss it in that quickly, that's not a lot of content being, time being dedicated.
I think I should add some important context of how this started. So it started as a week-long celebration in 1968 under President Johnson, and it was expanded to a month by President Reagan 20 years later in 1988. And this month-long celebration provides more time to properly recognize the significant contributions of Hispanic Latino Americans have made in the United States. I didn't know that. I didn't know that it started as a week and was expanded to a month.
I didn't know that either. I feel like I want to do more episodes. I want to do more deep dives.
We should do more deep dives.
Because I stumbled, and I mean, and a lot of this, I think, ties into the fact that you said a lot is not covered in our like high school curriculum as much as it should be. And so I'm learning new things. And I'm like, I should have known this already, like in terms of relevance to history, to the history of the continent, everything. Like I kept coming across like Doña Isabel Moctezuma, and she was kind of the start of a whole dukedom in Spain. She's an ancestor of a bunch of European royalty because she was the wife of Cuauhtémoc, the last Aztec emperor. And when he was killed, she remarried several times when she was really young. And it's like, it's all intertwined. You can't cut.
No.
You can't cut. Yeah. But it was too big. And I was like afraid I don't want to override the episode with like some historical story, but
I think it could be good. Yeah.
I think there are a lot of threads. There are so many threads to follow this month and in all other months.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm very excited. So come to the library, check out our display. We have a picture book display.
Yes.
And we also have an adult display with different items also. So come to the library, check it out, and learn some more.
Absolutely. And we are going to be, I'm already like scoping more things we need to talk about in my head. And we'll get there.
Yay.
So yes, thank you, Sophia, for getting this episode off the ground, kicking off this conversation, and
more to come.
More to come.
Yay.
And next week, we will be talking to Joel Gaddis of Movie Madness about an unusual and unrelated topic to this one.
Still fun.
But yeah, let's talk about some more episodes we can do.
Yep.
History and heritage and all of those things.
I'm excited.
All right.
Good.
We will see you all next time. Have a great Hispanic Heritage Month.
I bid you adieu.
The Free Bin is a production of the Toledo Public Library, which is part of the Lincoln County Library District in beautiful Lincoln County, Oregon. Writing by Cindy Bilek, Sophia Kahn, and Harrison Baker. Original music by Harrison Baker. Editing by Harrison Baker and Sophia Kahn. The views and opinions expressed on this podcast are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect those of any organization they represent. Good night.